the truck was coming to pick up all the gear at like
we were
6.
like really crunched for time.
I was just kind of yelling at Taylor. The crew and everyone was in the room packing gear up and slamming flight cases, and people were like taking photos because of the job. Like, oh, we're all done. We did it. But no one knew that we were actually still recording. Taylor just anonymously just playing chords as I'm
I think I walked up to him at one point. I was like, what are you doing? He was like, I think I'm recording. I was like, oh my God. Whoops.
This episode is being supported by Tape It. If you currently use voice notes to record your ideas, you should try Tape It instead.
So we were almost like, maybe we just pick one of the live, like we just heard, pick a live recording and tweak that and make that its best, or just try to recreate our live arrangement, which felt a little too like...
Yeah, well, we were going to do that. Our plan was to recreate the live version, and I got into the booth to record my guitars because I was going to do like the doubled guitars, which we did. And I was like, I was doing the whole song. I was like doing the vocal, and I got to the like None of It Matters part where that repeats, and I was like, wait, I forget this melody. Like, let me listen to my demo that I made to like remember the melody. And I was playing the demo like into the mic, and Mason was like, wait, what is that? And I was like, oh, I just like made this like a while ago. And he was like, wait, what? Like we need to like do this.
There was this guitar part that on her original demo. This is
insane.
What I'm talking about.
We were all like, what the hell is this, man? Why were you holding out on us?
We're supposed to be friends.
We're supposed to communicate.
I've told you all 3 of my secrets.
Yeah, let me play this demo because this was like really influential. It changed our whole approach to the song.
It was like, the curtains were finally pulled back, and we knew what to do with this song. Yeah. But it was a part that Lizzy had arranged and written on 2 guitars.
Because this was the second song that we melded with the first one. And so it wasn't like really attached to it. And I hadn't listened to it in a while, but then I listened back to it in the studio and I was like, wait, this is kind of
so glad you have this.
Yeah, let me play it.
What a constant surprise, seeing your face there in
nice change.
The doorway.
Sounds cool. You really don't need any of us. I'm glad to be here.
I'm grateful for the opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay, let's listen now.
All the things that we hadn't got a chance to be. None of it matters. 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 None of it matters.
This part that's coming up.
Yeah.
None of it matters to me.
So that's the section that you didn't share.
She hid that from us for a year.
I knew. We talked about it, and I was like, I have this other song that I want to incorporate, but I just didn't know how to yet. And then we did incorporate it, but I just didn't play the demo. Like, I just played you that, but I didn't play you like the recording of it.
Yeah, you withheld information.
Right. Sorry about that.
I can understand your reaction though, Taylor, to Mason, because it sounds fantastic.
Doesn't that sound cool?
Yeah, it's so sick. Who thinks like that? It sounds like an old Brazilian like composer.
Yeah.
Taylor and Lizzy ended up going in the other room and relearning her guitar part. And the way we recorded it after they had transcribed it is Taylor played his part on nylon, and Lizzy played her part on steel string. And then we had them switch guitars.
Then we tracked it again.
And do it again, and then panned those. So you're hearing both of them play both guitars, but on opposite.
Yeah.
Can you tell who is playing
I can.
which part?
I don't remember what part I played.
I'm left.
That's crazy. Like, how did I come up with that? I literally don't know what I was doing.
Yeah, that's the way
I was
your
just in
mind
my
works.
apartment and just like going off, I
Channeling.
guess. I don't know.
Yeah, that was intense because the clock was ticking, until like everybody was gonna pick up the gear, and I realized we still had that part to do, but there were other things happening on the floor in the studio. So I just
Tensions were a little bit high.
Tensions were high. Yeah, you were moving quickly. So I was like, I need to knock out one of these parts and like learn half of it.
Yeah, we just sent Taylor in the hallway, like, go figure this out.
And do you think there was some serendipities to the fact that you had to leave that day, that you had to pack
100%.
up, and
Yeah.
it forced you to concentrate and get on with it?
Totally.
Time for a quick Tape It feature highlight. Among many of the brilliant features within Tape It, you can add a widget that lets you record straight from your lock screen. So when you have a song idea, just press record and focus on your music. To find out more, follow the link in the description or use the promo code Tape Notes for 20% off Tape It Pro. What else are we hearing in that?
So the other sounds,
We got
that's my
This is-
fretless.
and my rhythm guitar.
Yeah.
And a 12 string.
Fretless guitar.
Yeah, I think I put you on 12 string, right? Yeah.
That was you.
Oh, I don't remember.
There's only like 3 of those in the world. Custom built by this guy,
Duncan Price.
And also
Wow.
the steels are on this too.
Yeah, so this is another, this kind of goes back to our formula of our steel ensemble. I have this this fretless baritone that my friend Duncan made for me. It's this fretless guitar that has a sustaining pickup inside of it. So you can kind of use it as a synth. You can use it, I do a lot of like film score kind of work with it. It's very ethereal and strange. Blake Mills has one, and I think he has the first one that Duncan built, and Blake just shreds on it in a way that, like, you know, you just can't believe. So I've tried to take it more the other direction, where it's more emotive, like big kind of wall of sounds. And so there's a lot of moments on this that we can hear where you have Nuffer doing high pedal steel strings, you have Richter kind of filling in that middle gap, and then it was kind of I think it was the last thing we did before they started tearing the room apart. I knew
think
the
we had
whole
all
day.
like left and you were
Yeah.
just still in there.
I knew it was like, we have to put fretless on this, because that's the final element to complete that picture, that all these fretless moving, no one quite landing on a chord, but everyone kind of skirting by them on the way to the next one. And so that was another like one pass situation. I would have loved to do a second one, but we were just truly out of time.
You did great.
Thank you. But that was another stereo thing too, where I've 2 amps and the fretless is doing kind of a delay between 2 amps. So you get this kind of pulling on itself as it's going. Oh, and Taylor's Rhodes.
Yeah, Lizzy and I wrote a Rhodes part, mostly Lizzy, and we just worked it out where we both played Fender Rhodes at the same time. And the piano is doubling it. That's the only...
That's Richter on the... But can we go to the
Anyway.
beginning? Because there's another weird little element that I think is fun. Yeah, this. That's just the fretless guitar going through a reverse kind of stereo pedal made by Chase Bliss Audio. That's just splitting it up
That
and
one
sending it
weird
backwards
chord in
and
there.
forwards.
Like,
Yeah, that's just a wrong
so
note.
cool.
That's just
But
like,
it's so
we have
cool.
one take.
That's so
I don't
tight.
even know what we're gonna do.
it's so cool.
But yeah,
You're
you have to
awesome,
leave
so.
room for magic, and sometimes magic is making a horrible mistake.